All right, hello, heavy artillery section. Notice the sign, trombone, bass clarinet, and tenor sax rocks, because they do. Gotta say, we have an awesome sounding low brass, low reed section this year. It's really cool. All right, so our assignment from last time was lines 115 and 116. So we're gonna pick up with those. These are both really cool ones. Number one, they're a belt. I have a feeling that they're the purple belt, if I'm not mistaken. Double purple. But the other thing about them is that they have extensive use of the dotted quarter eighth note. They also use the dynamics of piano and forte and accents and DC alfine. So there's a lot going on here. So the strategy for learning these is always, number one, you want to make sure you have the rhythm. So what I will recommend, let's look at 115 first, is that we say the rhythm of the dotted quarter eighth note. And actually, just for the first two measures, we say the rhythm for those two measures, but we totally ignore the slurs. Now, trombones always will ignore the slurs for now, as I've talked to you about before. But right now, let's just say it all together. Whether you play bass, clarinet, tenor sax, we're going to say it as if there's no slurs. Okay, so here's the first two measures of 115. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ti, ta, ta. Ta, ti, ta, ta. Okay, so that was the first two measures. Now, the key thing is the dotted quarter note is how long? Think about it. This is like Blue's Clues. All right, so if you guessed correctly that the dotted quarter note is 1.5 beats long, that's correct. So what does that mean? It means that our foot is going to go down, up, down. Ta. All right, so you have a quarter note, which is just down, up, but then you add the next half beat, which is the down part of the beat, to give you the 1.5 beats total. All right, so I'm going to put the camera on shoe mode. All right, now watch this. Ta, ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, ta. So watch again. Ta, ti, ta, ta. Ta, ti, ta, ta. All right. And what you would do is you would practice to get your voice and your foot to be able to do that, just like that. All right. Now, once you got that, then what you do is, all right, you're going to play all of those notes, except you're going to play just the rhythm, and you pick one note. In this case, I'm just going to pick an F, okay? But you could pick whatever note you want. The idea is just to pick one pitch. Any note that's comfortable, just don't change your fingers or your slide. All right, so here I go. By the way, if you want the same sound and you want to play along with me, it's F for trombone, it would be G for bass clarinet, open G, and it would be also a G for tenor sax. All right, here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and so you practice it so you can get that, like what you said with your voice, you're going to say with your instrument, except on one pitch, which shouldn't be too hard, I hope. Now, again, we're ignoring the slurs, and trombones are always going to ignore the slurs, but now what we're going to do is we're going to actually play the notes that are written in there. At this point, I want to mention the key signature for number 115 is different than you might expect. If you notice, if you play the trombone, notice how many flats you have in the key signature. Just one, right? So, and that flat sign is for B. Meanwhile, if you play the tenor sax or the bass clarinet, you'll notice that there is a sharp sign in the key signature, and that sharp sign is for F. All right. So for trombones, I know we have two different things going on here. We have the trombone and the bass clarinet tenor sax because you're in two different keys. But for the trombone, you have B flat. Everything else is not flat and not sharp. It just means that it's natural. And the note you really have to look out for is E, because as you probably realize, a lot of times you play E flat, but you're not going to play E flat now. You can play E. And if you have any question about how to do an E, just look up back on line number 92 where they introduce the E. All right. Likewise for tenor sax and clarinet, you don't always have F sharp in the key signature, but you do now, so you have to make sure you play F sharp. So, look that up if you don't know how to play the F sharp. Line number 92 probably has it, or you can look in the back inside cover. All right, so now I'm going to play the notes along with the correct pitches, but still no slurs. Here goes. All right, and that would be the next goal, is to be able to play, move your slide, move your fingers so that you can do the same rhythm with that steady beat of your foot. Then finally, if you play the bass clarinet or the tenor sax, you're going to slur the notes. All right, so I'll play for you on this instrument what it sounds like. My trombone players don't have to worry about this, but this is something that you'll eventually be able to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so you make a smooth connection between those notes. Again, for trombones, that's kind of a little bit out of our pay grade right now. We will learn how to do that as we go along. All right, next two measures. Let's say the rhythm together. This is the third and fourth measure. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ta, rest. And again, I'll put the foot cam on. Ta, ta, ti, ta, rest. So that ta, ti is the key thing that we're trying to learn here. Dotted quarter eighth. All right. Now that you practice saying it, and then you play it on one note. Let's do it on a D this time for trombone, which would be like an E for tenor sax and clarinet, bass clarinet. 2, 3, 4. All right, and then after you got that, then what you do is you put the notes to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, second half of the song, as you notice, is exactly the same. All right, so I'll play the whole thing for you. Make it your goal to try to be able to play along with me by the end of the week. And actually, the last measure is not the same as the fourth measure. I just noticed that. All right, have fun, work on that, try to master it.